Now F11. This null I went initialization, leave it. Now it came to SQL adapter. In SQL adapter I mentioned as a, just see what are the things I mentioned, just like select statement. Under the select statement we have select star from table name. Okay, now F11, see here, now is fill the data. Just go and see the data here. You can observe the data. What the data we have in SQL server, same data we got to here. Okay, now this data I want to assign to my grid. F11. Finally F11. See the data was, but this added extra columns. Just I will delete the columns first. Okay, now this like this is there. Just run. Press F5. The data. Okay. Now final data scheme. Why data is page load only coming means we are mention our code entirely is here in page load. Suppose if you want to separate methods means just create one method. Here create one method, just like public void load. Just cut this data, paste this data into load and call this method load. Now data will be same data I am going to place into our previous queries. Store procedures or queries is there, no? Here I am expanding this one just little bit. Okay, here I am drag and dropping data grid. This grid I am giving little bit pitch size. Somewhere that error message is there, no? Here down now. Where it is? There, here, no problem. Okay. After error mess, I am keeping this record. Okay. Now this name was, I am going to give gv underscore emp employee, grid view employee. Now I need to load the data. Where I need to load the data? Just I will copy the data from this entirely I will copy. Okay, I am going to copy and F7 somewhere anywhere I can keep. This is the difference between methods is there, no? In our, just like this one, insert, update, delete or clear. I am keeping in upside. Okay, this just I will copy this one If I keep here, to load the data. Now what is the queries? This is the static page. Before I change the startup query now, startup page. Now I'm going to change. My startup page was a little bit different again. Now here observe one problem will get. Now data loaded, all is fine, working. Okay, insert is there, update is there, delete is there, as well as data display is there. Now my problem, how observe problem now 4. I'm inserting the record 4. I'm giving some text, some message. When I insert, data not there. Data not affected into migrated. Just go into database. Data inserted. And here message also one to recorded successful. But where is my data? What the problem is? Actually, when it is grid loaded, when page loading time. Okay. After I did insert. After insert, I didn't load it again. That's why problem is that. That's why what we need to do, in each and every place, we need to write this load. After completion of insert, this is after insert, no? Here insert method is there, no? Insert successfully. After completion of insert, after completion of update and delete. Okay, after completion of update as well as after completion of delete. Now run. Why? Because before we given in page load only. If you load again page only, that time it will come. Now see.
What about clear?
Clear, why need just clear? What is the use of clear? Just like cleaning the data. Why in cleaning the data? Why you doing operation again? That's no need. Waste of one more week. Waste. Now I am inserting 5. Data was something UU and city was something UU. I am inserted. Now see, automatically will come 5. If I delete it, see it's clear. I am going to delete 5th record. Data is affected. If I going to delete 3rd record. Okay. Now it's clear. This today we cover totally insert, update, delete, select and clear. Clear nothing but it's user interface. Clear leave it. Select it displaying to grid view. And we done by using store pages also. Okay. This is the ADO.NET main use. Just here I mentioned in this document what is the data set before one article. It means you saw some lines of code I skipped. This and all it indicates this is a SQL server. How data read from user interface. This is the SQL server. Under the SQL server data adapter. I showed you the SQL server data adapter. On SQL data adapter, this and all commands is there. Again data reads and it will user interface. User interface, our interface. In between, these are the functionality it will happen. It will data adapter. It will read the data by using select command and it will database. From database by using select command, I am reading the data. I am pushing into data set to I assign to grid view. That's this entire diagram understandable. Next, see one more. Sorry. These are different examples in the try. Okay. See here. One more diagram. Data set nothing but collection of data tables. Data table collection of data rows and data columns. Now this indicates data set. Under the data set we have data table. Under the data table we have table, rows, row 1, columns, constants. Constants means relations. Okay. This diagram, just read the document, you can understand what's the diagram. See, this is the entire diagram that slash tree structure given. This is the tree structure. Data set. See, these are entirely one data set. Under the data set, we can pass employee details as well as department details. Under the employee details, we have columns as a 0, 1, 2, 3. Here also 0, 1, 2, 3 columns. Okay, like this, rows and column. Data set nothing but collection of data set. Under the data set, we can store the employee details, department details. Again, one more table details and data if you want. Okay, that one by one reading also they mentioned. What is one by one reading means? Just like, see, suppose I want to read the data only one first data, or I want to read only 3 less. That's in this document is there. Just check it. Afterwards, in Windows web forms, I will explain that. This is the store procedures points and how to read the data. That one all they mentioned. How to see the create the data. Grid view. Okay. Data grid. How to create the data grid. Okay. How to assign the data grid. They created by using store procedures also. Okay. Just try. Okay, different ways they given examples. Just try that examples. See here one more they given like this. One more diagram, employee name like this. First to, previous to, next to, last to, code. What is the meaning of this one? Actually, here I have n number of rows. If I click first row, if I click first record, it will come and it will display here. Second means previous record. Next means next record. Like this, they are written code separate. Try this code separate, different ways. See, this again, insert, find, update, clear, close and delete. Insert means inserting the data. Find nothing but they will enter one value here. If you find means it will come here. Just like select start from table name where ID equal to, that is finder. Update means update, we did. Clear means clear. Afterwards, close means if you click close, this entire window will close. And delete means delete. And this is the update DB. Update DB means actually we written the code entirely into our DB. That's it. You are just go through the document. Okay? See, they're doing different ways. This is again one more way. Just swapping or Windows form don't look like fully. Just learn what is the Windows form, how to write, insert the data, update the data, delete the data, and display the data. Up to that's enough. This is the entire architecture. Actually, what is the use of building entire architecture? I will say you now. See. Okay, now my DB was like this. Okay, in this DB I have DB. Here I have as of now employee table and department table, EMP table and department name I have. Okay, clear? Now, as of now, what we are doing? We are creating one form for text box, for insert, for update, for delete, for clear, and we are displaying the data like this. That's our registration. Here we are, how many register means how many connections we are writing, how much time means how many times we are opening the connections. Here one connection is here, not here. 3 connections here. 3 times connections we are writing. Connection opening and all we are writing. Okay. Next, for this purpose, one more connection. 4 times connections we are writing. But we are replacing into this 4 into 1 time. On the top. Okay. Page upload. In globally we declare. Next, this is about employee table. Employee registration. I have one more registration form. That's called department. Here also I have something text boxes, and I have insert, update, delete, clear, display the data. Okay. Now this is the department. Here how many times I need to write connection? Again, assume it this 3. Again we are writing 1 time connection. Here also 1 time. Now totally 2 times. So suppose like this forms I have 100 forms. Employee table, department table, something 100 tables I have, 100 pages I have. How many times I need to write connection? 100 times I need to write connection. What's the disadvantage of writing each code? Suppose now we are developing applications OTFI. Suppose future, actually you are giving server name as a something Vivo or something you are giving. Why you are something server name? Just like I am giving a dot server name. Dot and database name was db_emp and username was SC and password was 123. After completion of 1 year, I changed my database name as a something RD and DB name as a DB employee 1 and SC I changed password into 123. I changed the password or something I changed. How many pages I need to go and change? 100 pages, all pages I need to go and change. It is waste of time. That's why actually this type of application we can call as a 1 tier application. Yeah, 1 tier, 1 layer or 1 tier. Okay, 1 layer like this application. Instead of this here code reusability not there. Code reusability in the sense I've written one code, I need to reuse the same code. Okay, is the reusability not there. The purpose they introduce again 2 tier, 2 tier or 3 tier, 4 tier like this entire architecture. Entire nothing but same application we are splitting into in separate places. Here they see suppose now its problem is here. Connection string problem. Connection strings I need to write 100 times. I need to replace 100 times. Instead of writing connection string, here we'll create one more page, one more class, or one more project in between. Here we will write connection, how to read the, how to insert the data, how to update the data, how to delete the data. Okay, next select the data. Okay, just I will hard coded here. Each and every time, see suppose here insert, update, delete. Okay, same thing, insert, update, delete, select, and connection. Here connection is there. Here also connection is there. This connection, this connection. If in future I want to change any connections in where I need to change, just change here. Okay, no need to go and change. This is the entire architecture. Tomorrow I will explain this entire architecture. Okay, this way tomorrow I will explain this entire architecture. This entire architecture nothing but like this will come. Normally like this application is a front end and back end. In this we are developing all things in one page only. Okay, user design and business logic, data access. This is called business logic, data access. Data access from database. This is called we can have the data access. Business logic in the sense, what is the meaning of business logic? Some logical operations. Sometimes actually Facebook and all, we need to enter first name and last name. Okay. First name, one more text box, last name. But after login to your Facebook account, it will show. Actually, say suppose you enter Mahendra something A, you enter last name. If you go to inside, it will show Mahendra A. It will not give first name Mahendra, last name Mahendra. But when inserting the data, we need to compress the data. This and all we can call it the business logic. Business means we are doing some businesses, just like some formulas or splitting or doing some operations. That's and all we can call it the business logic. User design and validation code. User design and all it will come here. Business logic and data access here. Finally, database. Actually, in one layer architecture, business logic we are doing here, data access we are doing here, and UI design we are doing here, and database. That's why problem is like. What the problem is? If you want to replace each and every place, we need to go and replace. Again, they introduce like this: front-end business code and data access code into one page. Again, database. That's a two-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture, nothing but here. No, sorry. It's also a two-tier. This is the two-tier architecture application. Okay, now wait, I will show you three-tier architecture. Maybe down is there. This is the three-tier architecture. Okay, in three-tier, first was UI validation, UI design and validation. UI nothing but user interface. Design, validations and all we are going to do in here. Afterwards, business logic, some validations and all. And data access. Data access nothing but reading the data from database. Finally, DB. Okay, DB one part only. Before UI we are changing into layers wise. One time yesterday, today we tried only one tier architecture. Again two tier, again three tier. Again if you are adding n number of classes, it will call it n tier architecture. That's it. Try this one in room, means different ways. If you not understand, I will explain. Tomorrow anyway I will take two tier or three tier architecture. I will show you. Okay, how it will work. Okay, this is the AD one. Okay, now little bit I will explain on